I believe what's more powerful than attempting to control somebody is allowing people to be grown-ups and seeing what they would do without your interference.
I think
asking Donnie,
oh, yeah.
Do you feel like you're easy to be led?
By who?
In general.
You couldn't lead me. But yeah, I do feel like I'm easy to be led. I'm led every day. David leads me here in this. Everything he tells me to do, I do it. In a relationship, I'm led by my friends. I'm led by my mother. I'm led by people who I trust to lead me. I am led, for sure. And we also have to dispel that narrative. A woman who has an opinion, a woman who is intelligent, and a woman who is not afraid to demonstrate both doesn't equate to a woman who can't be led. People are led by people who they admire, love, and respect, right? When the advice makes sense, when the leadership is coming from a pure place, when the environment feels safe, we are okay being led. And a man understands that he never has to say, I lead you. He just shows up, and it's leadership.
Okay.
Once a man is able to tally up the cost of losing his house, losing my pension or my 401k, whatever it is, losing access to that, losing access to stuff that you don't even need to have your hands on. That's when a man says, you know what, maybe a relationship isn't really for me. Maybe I ought to back off and go a different direction. Oh, well, you got to take the leap. I don't actually.
A man should provide, protect, and lead in that order. And most men, they get the order wrong. A lot of men think leadership comes first. They want to be respected. They want to be the decision maker. They want the authority. But respect doesn't come from words. It comes from responsibility. Look at the order of things. If a man can't provide stability, nobody feels safe following him. And by the way, providing isn't just about money. It's about reliability. If you say you're going to do something, it gets done. If your family depends on you, they don't have to worry. Provision creates security. Once security exists, then protection matters. And protection isn't just physical strength. It's protecting the entire environment, protecting the peace in the home, protecting your family from chaos, protecting your time and focus from distraction. Now, here's where most men miss the point. Leadership doesn't start with control. It starts with example. You can't lead people somewhere where you're not willing to go yourself. A man who works hard can lead. A man who disciplines himself can lead. A man who takes responsibility for his mistakes can lead. But a man who wants authority before responsibility usually ends up losing both. That's why the strongest leaders in life are the men who quietly handle their responsibilities first. Because when people see that, they don't have to demand respect. Respect shows up on its own.
Hey, it's Joe from Georgia. So some polling came out. And it's not really political polling, but it kind of is, because it does involve conservative men and more liberal women, or basically all women versus the conservative men. And it asked what they were looking for in relationships. Well, the conservative men were all about looks. They were all about these beautiful women who were perfectly built, no matter what the guy looks like. They wanted this perfect woman who would stay at home, raise children, cook meals, and basically be their servant. Well, the women who came back in that poll, that was none of the stuff they were looking to do in a relationship. They were actually looking for love and someone to enjoy life with, not someone who was going to be a dictator over them and tell them when and where and what they could do. Well, conservative men are finding out through this in this poll what the numbers were of how many of them were not in a relationship or had been in one that didn't last. And it was a ton of the conservative guys were like, oh no, I haven't got a serious relationship. And they didn't have a lot of second dates. And now the women said they'd rather just not go out on dates if they were going to end up with someone who was so far right wing that they didn't even know that the woman in front of them even existed. So the conservative men who are walking around with long looks on their faces, maybe if you had changed just a little bit of what your expectations are and actually really change it, then maybe you'll get a date.
And you know, modern women are upset that a lot of men are ignoring them. If you've ever seen that show, That's So Raven, where it seems like she, you know, just kind of walking around doing whatever she's doing. And in the middle of her doing that, it kind of stops and it goes into a flash and she gets a vision because she's supposed to be a psychic. A lot of men out here are Raven. A lot of men are here are getting visions. They're walking up to the woman, or, you know, kind of walking through and doing their thing or whatever it is. And it's like, oh, she's pretty. I think I'll go, shh, and our eyes glaze over. And all of a sudden they see a vision of them being called creeps, getting done wrong, modern women acting crazy. And all of a sudden they jerk out of the vision and be like, I think I'm going to go home.
I hate dudes who be going out their way to not be chivalrous towards women. Bro talking about, nah, I ain't opening the door for her. She can open the door her herself. She independent, right? She independent, right? She can open the door her herself. Bro, you don't like opening the door for women? That's a little suspicious, bro. Like, I love opening the door for strange women because I get to look at some ass. I get to look at some ass, and all I gotta do is open a door for a woman. I'm doing that every single time I can. I don't care if she's 67 with a flat. I'm opening the door for her, and I'm taking a look. I ain't gonna be a creep, but I ain't gonna make a noise or say. I ain't gonna say nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, what the? I'm a heterosexual man. I'm gonna look at some woman if I can. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go about my day. You know what I'm saying? Open the door. Oh, thank you, sir. Oh, you're welcome. And then I'm going about my day. That's it. It's a simple equation. I ain't no creep. I smell good, so I'm not a creep. You know what I'm saying? Like, I smell good. So, you know what I'm saying? I know it don't make sense to a lot of y'all, but like, you can figure, I smell good. So.
And modern women continue to talk about, and this is why really honestly and truly, they come up with a mental load. You know what? Okay, let's be fair. There are in some relationships, the man is not doing what he's supposed to be doing. The man's not carrying his weight. Fair. I got it. He shouldn't be doing it. He should be actually helping. Right? But what they do is they put, instead of being like, okay, I'm carrying 90% of the mental load, but my husband is carrying 90% of the physical load. I got the mental load. He's got the physical. She's expecting the man to come in. She says half, but what she actually means is, I actually want you to carry 70, 80% of the mental load and continue to carry your 90% of the mental load. And when men realize that, that's when they started out opting out.
Why is it okay to disrespect the man that you lay in the bed with? The man that buys you things? The man that you're supposed to be cooking for? It's okay to talk to him crazy, but you don't talk to your boss crazy? Why? Because that man gives you a check? What about everything your man give you? Where's his respect? It goes out the window, right? Because women get comfortable, right? They get comfortable in relationships. But this is why I say, this up to the man to put his foot down in the beginning, because what you allow will always continue. If that woman feels comfortable enough to disrespect you, it's because you haven't demanded your respect.
Even today, the average IQ of a man is 99 and 97 for a woman. More importantly, however, 7 out of 8 people in the top 1% of IQ are men. Sorry, love, I know it's triggering, but every single man in this chat would dominate intellectually.
But do you realize that that's because men are offered greater opportunities of education? Men do worse in college. They do worse in college.
So wait,
what?
Maren,
You're literally saying that men are intellectually more smarter.
Wait, Maren, are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
So just to be, okay, so the statistics would seem to disagree with you.
How so?
Well, ever since it's either 1979 or 1980, there's been more women who go to college than men. That's 4 decades of there being a greater representation of women in higher education. This number today is something like, I think it's 60-40 split. So what this means is, so women who went to university in 1979, 1980, they're now retiring. So you've essentially had an entire workforce through the period of that workforce where women started going to university more than men.
I think modern women like to say, why doesn't a man approach anymore? Well, there's a lot of risk involved in approaching now. Plain and simple. There's a lot of, and this is probably the main thing, there's a lot of disrespect involved. If a man try to come up to you and say hello, then all of a sudden, oh, I just don't really know about him. I just don't, he seems like he's kind of weird. It seems like something's going on with him. He said hello in a high pitched, like where the inflection of his voice kind of turned up. And what kind of man does that? I have no idea. Why don't you just talk to him and have a regular conversation? Maybe you can find out. But modern women don't think like that. They're psychoanalyzing. They're trying to pick out things and find holes and chinks in his armor, as if the man didn't done anything wrong by saying hello. And I understand, but I'm just trying to protect myself. With men dangerous and all that other stuff, go ahead and say what you want to say. But I think you can go overboard with your analysis of the man. You talk, well, he just said hello wrong and I knew from the jump. Okay, well, maybe, but is there a way that you can just have a normal 5-minute conversation and see if that was anything? Is there a possibility?
I got a post that says, men, your wife got pregnant by another man by mistake. As a good husband, what will you do? Good husband? What? Why the you not a good wife? Why is my wife getting pregnant by another man by mistake? How is that a mistake? Did you trip and fall on it? See, y'all want it to be acceptable to everybody else just because you probably had one cuckold boyfriend that was with you smashing random. Nah, that's not how shit's supposed to go. This is why DNA tests need to be mandatory, because ain't no way I'm about to take care of another man's liquid. Another blasted gallons inside of you, and then you telling me as a good husband, what am I doing? What? I don't advocate for but I just might get. I know some who is unhinged seeing this. You and the baby. But all jokes aside, DNA tests should be mandatory because that's nothing to play with. Women don't understand the concept of how men feel about that. You giving birth. You holding the baby. You know that's your child. How the f*** we supposed to know which sperm hit the egg? As a good wife, your be out there getting your cheeks clapped by other men and telling me I'm supposed to take care of another man. Get the out of here.
Well, someone had to say it.
I think you've been disrespectful.
What have I actually said to you that's actually disrespectful except challenge your views?
Constant interruption, then also the tone. Like there's a tone is absolutely respectful or disrespectful.
Your tone has been super condescending. I just don't comment on it.
I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah, I know you don't think that, but you see these subjective metrics of tone. Give me something I said. Did I call you a whore?
You can be disrespectful without blatantly calling someone a I'm telling you that I feel that this conversation has been very disrespectful.
I feel that you have been extraordinarily disrespectful. Your tone, from now on, if you talk to me, I need you to use a sing-song voice, because otherwise I feel disrespected. Now, I can't give you any particular words that you've said, any particular phrases, any particular insults, because none of that matters. Inside of my brain, I perceive your non-sing-song voice as being disrespectful.
No, it's midnight. I'm heading out.
Wait, we're almost done.
I married the first man that chose me with 2 kids. And he very much, I believe, he thinks that he picked me up from the single mama orphanage. He was like, oh, a young single mom. Look at her. She got 2 kids. I'll take that one, Alex. And whatever it is, he told himself that he made me, that he saved me, that whatever it is, that is the story that he has. So when I left him, I think that he told himself, how dare she leave me? Does she know who I am? And I left thinking on very good terms. I tried really hard. So ladies, let me also tell you what it looks like when you are trying to keep the peace. And when you're trying to, when you're letting guilt, because I didn't want to leave him. He said that he loved me and he was hurting, but it just didn't feel good. And so I left alimony on the table. So I could have gotten another additional $600 a month on top of what I was already getting. And so when I say that to him, I go, whoa. Why are you over here, throwing around, you pay child support? Remember, I was nice and I didn't take all that was owed to me. I had it to rights, but I was trying to be the bigger person.
A woman who lives alone without a partner often becomes strong in ways most people never understand. Listen, my sons, a woman who has carried her own load knows the difference between a man and a helper. She does not need you, she has chosen you. There is a difference. The elders say the woman who fetches her own water does not beg the rain. Do not walk into her life acting like a rescue. You are not her salvation, you are her decision. Honor that. A man who mistakes her independence for weakness has confused the river for the puddle. She has already survived without you. The question is, are you worthy of her with you? Thank you for your time.
Please take me back, please. Please take me back. How could you get to this? I don't want to do this if I don't have you, please. Please. Record me, I don't care. Record me, I don't care.
Hey, stop. What the fuck is you doing, bro?
I need you! Take me back! Please! I'm going crazy! Please! 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 Walter! Please! 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 Please!
Can you please stop acting like that?
I can't.
All right, calm down.
I'm hurt. Please. 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 Please, Walter. Please, Molly. Please. 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 Please.
Please what?
Please take me back.
I took you back.
You don't want to be with you and everybody else. I want to be a little way. Please take me back. Please take me back. Please. Please take me back.
If you want a man to love you forever and ever and ever and ever, listen to the woman who's been divorced 3 times. You want him to love you forever? Don't talk to him. I didn't say don't talk with him. I just said don't talk to him. Men will tell you when they have something to say because they are task-oriented. When a man talks to a woman, he has something in mind, okay? A beginning, a middle, and end. My work here is done. Something has been accomplished. Women are drunk drivers on the information highway. We don't have to have a point. We just talk. We just talk.
Can someone show me a man on TikTok complaining about the male loneliness epidemic? Just show me one, because I am yet to see it. I actually don't think I've ever seen a video, a stitch, nothing. Like, I've never seen a guy complaining about there being a male loneliness epidemic.
So the male loneliness epidemic is a real thing, okay? Just because men don't complain about it does not mean it doesn't exist.
Bernie, just say you're lonely, bro. Like, you want to push that agenda so bad. Like, I didn't know the lonely guys was reaching out to you and letting you know how lonely that shit was. Because this man comes on the internet and just talks out his ass. And the slow people that follow him, they treat that like gospel. I guarantee you, fam, the same women that go to war about him, in real life, they wouldn't touch this man with a 10-foot pole. And I know some of y'all think, you must hate this. No, I don't hate him. I just dislike guys like him. And the reason why I dislike guys like him is because I know guys like that in real life. Because guys like him, they'll hear a girl talk about how attractive you are. And since they want that same girl, they'll throw dirt on your name and make you look bad. Just so this girl don't with you. Like, guys like that, they're extremely dangerous because they're willing to do anything behind female validation.
Listen, y'all keep telling me, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go outside. If you don't take your butt into Home Depot and look a little confused, you're already fine. You just hiding your fineness from the world because you want to stay on that bed thinking your man gonna come via Uber Eats, Amazon. He not coming that way. You got to let the world see your magnificence and your fineness, okay? It ain't that hard. when you look that good.
Cause I be hearing the way y'all talk about us, ladies. I do. Y'all say we not. Y'all say we not smart. Y'all say we not smooth. So how do these that's not smart, not smooth, not keep finessing you? How? If it's not you, how do that's not smart? How do that don't got, don't do, don't give you? How they keep getting over on you? Who is it? If it's not smart, if we got no game, if we don't know how to cheat, who is it? Like I'm not trying to be rude. I'm saying y'all not vetting these, bruh.
Who the
y'all do invest? You let it tell you he got some plans for you, and you start investing immediately. Y'all don't require no type of evidence for. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, who was you before you got here? What do you provide yourself? Do you feel safe in your own skin?
Hey, can
like, what does that? Y'all don't have none of these answers from nobody, and then y'all come back outside and talk about it's a shortage. Beloved, you never had the answers to the test.
Going on wherever she is at, respect to the queens that stand on the biggest business. It ain't that many of them out here though. It's like that's a far few between, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. But with that being said, would you still be willing to pay the bills, or would y'all have an attitude like, oh, well, you got it, big dog. Like, it's on you. Like, you got it. Like,
as a grown man, naturally, we protectors and providers. That's just how we come. So we gonna fill in the gaps however they need to be filled. But there's definitely nothing wrong with meeting a woman and her is like going crazy, and this is just who you meet and how it go. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see nothing wrong with it. Nietzsche, talk to him. You look like you feel bad about it. Talk to him.
I don't know. I've never experienced that. I've never experienced a woman in my adulthood that made more money than me.
You drop a bomb, you need to figure it out. It's pretty cool on that side, Nietzsche. There's nothing wrong with it, sir. Cause she get to a bag and she pull up in that and her credit score be credit scoring. Listen to me, sir. Trust me, sir. Go to the other side, sir. See what that is like, sir. I promise it is not bad. It is not as bad as it may seem, respectfully.
I agree with you.
Boy, you better see what they doing over there.
I could never live with somebody who like sleeps until noon on a Saturday.
That's such a good point. I feel like
It's a
lifestyle
terrible
is
point.
like so important, and like those are things that you can pick up on before you decide to move in with somebody.
Women just agree with anything other women say just because they want to be supportive. I don't even know why. It's so stupid. If that guy is working his ass off all week, he doesn't get to sleep in because you don't want him to? Are you kidding me? He doesn't get to rest. And then she's like, yeah, that's such a good point. No, that's a terrible point.
Oh my God, what an intentional guy. Look at this guy right here.
Took care of my wife during nursing school, supported her, was dead. She had to pay no bills. She had to pay for nothing. Now she started her career as a registered nurse in 2 days. And guess what? It was all worth it, y'all.
I mean, she doesn't touch anything. She doesn't pay any bills. She's just a princess. You just do everything for her. She doesn't have to invest in the relationship. Now, see what happened.
The nursing student, who had been financially supported by her boyfriend for years, has now broken up with him. After the news broke, many netizens expressed sympathy for the man. Previously, he mentioned in a public video that he had covered most of their living expenses, including rent, daily costs, and part of her tuition, both before she enrolled and throughout her nursing school years. He stated that while the pressure had been significant, he was willing to support her education, believing everything would be fine once she started working as a nurse. According to their original plan, the woman was set to begin her nursing career in 2 days. For the man, this also meant the family's financial strain would finally ease. However, just before her start date, the couple announced their breakup.
Man, when are you going to learn? When people don't invest financially in the relationship, it's easier for them to leave. It's easy. Where you have invested a lot of money, it will be hard for you to leave. It will be hard for you to let go. So if you like, continue thinking that being a macho man, being a real man, an intentional man, is you paying all the bills. My brother, you will pay all the bills, you will stress out, you will lose your savings, you will lose your investment, and still they will not respect you and they will leave you. So if you like, hear word. If you like, we hear word. Stay humble.
I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes men really disgust me because sometimes some women's actions really embarrass me. But go on. Because why did I just see a girl standing with her boyfriend outside of the car to put gas? Like they were together putting gas. Really is quite amazing how some women are always in other people's relationship business when they don't seem to be in one of their own. First of all, the guy's putting the gas, so like why the is the girl outside? What exactly are they complaining about now? I bet that guy fucking guilt trips his girlfriend and is like, I always have to get out and put the gas, so she like got out with him. Because why are you standing outside in the cold with him to put gas? Just stay in the car. It's really quite amazing. Some women will actually make up little scenarios in their own mind so that they can find a way to be offended so that they can make a video about it. Unless it's even worse and she got out because she paid for the gas. I don't know, I didn't see, guys, but I don't think I've ever gotten out of the car to put gas with someone, like alongside someone. Like if you're putting the gas, there's no need for me to get out. What the was that? I don't get how some individuals get so offended over what other people are doing, minding their own business. But at the end of the day, my theory is that the couple just looked too happy, and that just upset someone.
There is a woman somewhere right now. No boyfriend, no situationships, no calls distracting her peace, just quiet. And in that quiet, she's healing. While the world assumes she's lonely, she's actually becoming stronger. While others chase attention, she's choosing self-respect. No emotional confusion, no mixed signals, just her and her growth. She's unlearning what hurt her, fixing her mindset, fixing her boundaries, fixing her future. And yes, some nights are heavy. Some nights she misses being held, but she understands something most people ignore. Being alone is better than being misunderstood. She's not afraid of love. She's protecting her heart. She's not cold. She's careful. Because one day, her love will be met with consistency. Her time will be valued, and her peace will not be compromised. So if this feels like you, stay soft, stay strong. Keep choosing yourself. How is life, sis? Quiet, healing, and finally, aligned.
Why do women regret leaving this type of guy? I'm about to tell you in this video. First off, it took them a while to commit to begin with. Then when they finally do commit and they're settled and they're in a relationship, and a woman decides to either end the relationship, they cheat, or they do something that betrays this type of man's trust. Essentially, when you hurt this type of guy. Ladies, there is no coming back from that. It's almost an impossibility. And the thing is, women will come back because this type of guy is rare. There aren't many like him. And if he's in your life, he's probably an asset. So hold on to him, cherish him, and try hard not to betray this man's trust. Because once he's gone for good.
Guys are too scared to approach you in person. Boys, come here. Come here.
So when was the last time you approached a girl in person? Right now.
No, I had to holler at you. See? It's exactly
All right, I guess
what
not
I'm
right now. I don't know, like a week or two ago. How often do you approach girls? Not often. Why don't you? I don't want to like be disrespectful, you know. Well, why would it be disrespectful to approach a girl on the street? Like, what's the reason for me approaching them? Well, if you were interested and you like wanted to start a conversation. I don't know. I don't want to come off as like creepy or like imposing. You know, I want to be respectful. So, what would be the correct way to approach a girl, either on the street or in a daytime setting, without being creepy?
You could say, I really like your coat. Or I could say, hey,
But you would
cool
keep walking. If I said I really like your coat, you would just keep walking.
Don't know until you try.
Well, thanks, guys.
See? It's exactly what I'm talking about.
Common approach to get my 3-step formula for meeting women in person.
Hot take, but the Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook groups have gotten wildly out of hand. And I feel like I'm totally going to get in trouble for even posting something like this because it's like the mafia in there. But it's like new age cyberbullying, some of these posts. I mean, girls are literally just screenshotting Hinge profiles and posting any red flags. Duh, somebody's ex is gonna comment.
If the woman that you're interested in is in one of these groups, red flag, please run. Get away as fast as you can, as soon as you can. Because it's really the same way as the girl that you're interested in going and calling your ex or all of your exes to find out more about you. That generally is not okay. Like, no relationship is going to move forward in that case, because what kind of ex is going to only say great things about their ex? Like, they didn't work out and there's a reason. There's going to be most likely, like 95% of cases, there's going to be hard feelings. And the underlying, even more important fact is that for her to do that means that she doesn't trust you enough and she doesn't want to get to know you, the man in front of her, through you. Like, she'd rather see you through your ex's eyes. And do you really want to do that? Unfortunately, a lot of women are falling into this trap because of these groups, and they think that it is actually a normal, acceptable thing that is healthy. They think that they're all girls, and they all believe one another. They believe that the woman is never the problem. And that, in the end, is just going to keep you ladies single.
Ladies, I'm going to tell you a big secret about very wealthy men in the early days of dating them when they've gone on a trip and they're sending you these photos. Okay, this is what I know firsthand from behind the scenes of my matchmaking business, and I'm going to share that intel with you right now. Hang on. I actually had this scenario come up recently with one of the ladies that I was working with in my coaching program. And essentially she's like, oh yeah, he's on a yacht right now with his buddies. They're doing a fishing trip and he keeps sending me pictures. And I said, listen, here's what I know about these guys. Lean in, ladies. There's women on that boat. Those guys are not doing, they don't have a gorgeous yacht and they've gone to some exotic location and they're just all men on the boat. Nope. They're taking pictures so that it looks like there's not ladies on the boat. But I guarantee you, these men are not going on these holiday vacations. They're not going on the yacht. They're not taking the plane somewhere exotic and gorgeous or fun and beautiful with just dudes. It's not happening. There are ladies there. They have dates with them. They just don't put them in the pictures so that they can then make you think you are the one and only lady they got cooking. Well, that is not the truth. If he's going away on a holiday vacation, just already know, listen, you don't know him that well. Hopefully you haven't, dated him that long, but he is not going just with the guys. And oftentimes, even with family, they bring dates along. They do. And I know this from years of doing this matchmaking for these guys. And I know what goes on behind the scenes. So, happy holidays. I hope this helps.
A lot of these modern women are confused by men minding their business, by men not paying them any attention, And a lot of modern women don't really realize that men have learned that, maybe in a certain setting, I'll say something, right? Maybe. It depends. I got to be feeling real froggy at that day or that day and I'll leave. But that's going to be few and far between, right? Not necessarily saying I got to get some liquid courage, but few and far between. And that few and far between is what's killing modern women. It's what's confusing them, right? Because they think, well, I'm going out to the bar every Friday night and I have not been approached. I have not been talked to. Men just stare at me. Exactly. Because that few and far between might be, every 10th time I go to the bar, I might say something. And so he don't go to the bar that often. So it might take him 3 years to go to the bar and that 10th time, hey, I like your dress tonight. And that's it. And she didn't go on 2 or 3 years. Well, you can usually get a hey, I think you're cute from a man probably every week if you wanted to. But modern women are thinking that they're supposed to be getting all this attention because I'm a princess. And with the way that y'all been acting, it's not really that way anymore.